This is DaVinci taking his first walk around the neighborhood. My big concern was that he had enough slack in the rope to make him feel he was at liberty, like what we usually do when he's in his pasture. And so instead of pulling him by his lead rope, I used his sponge whip as a target. And so here I'm having him target his sponge whip to touch the sponge and then touch the trash can. So here he is as he explores this scary object. And I like to see how he's able to make the connection from touching the tip of the sponge to then directing his attention to the trash can. So he's not always trying to touch the sponge, he's also interested in the trash can.
Give it a good bite. Get it, get it. Wonderful boy. You want to do it again? You pick it.
And right here, it's interesting to note that the trash can tipping over was a little scary for him, so he immediately went to his ball to play with the ball a little bit, because the ball is kind of like a little bit of a security blanket for him, and it made him feel kind of happy. And so there it tips over again, and he was okay. So then I take it the next step. He's touched it a few times with his nose, and I'm asking him to touch it with his hooves, and so he's thinking about it. And that was a really funny moment. I mean, it wasn't funny that it hit him in the face, but what was great for me to see is that the trash can came at him and he was okay. I think because he was the one who created the movement, made him unafraid. If somebody had an object go towards him, that would have been scary to him, but since he was the originator of the action, he was all right. As we leave the trash can, DaVinci targets his sponge whip. Here. There again. Again. And again. It seems to help keep him focused. So I use the sponge whip again to direct his attention to yet another object that's causing him a little apprehension, and it's another trash can. He's thinking about it, looking around. And I draw his attention back. And I try to give him time to act. I don't want to push him, and I want it to be his choice to target the sponge. And then we walk a little further and encounter the barking dog. And again, you can see the wheels turning. He's not quite sure, because it's actually an alley of barking dogs. There's dogs on either side of the street, and we're just taking our time and trying to keep him focused. There he goes. And so you can see there's a dog on the left, dogs on the right, and he happily targets his way down the rest of the road.